This video contains some spoilers from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, so if you haven't watched the film, you are a champ. Spider-Man No Way Home is one of the greatest MCU films of all time. With its beautiful storytelling, how challenging it is as the film really took a dark turn on the Spider-Man lore, and most of all, it fulfills the audience expectations. We got what we wanted and we are happy with it. So when I saw the trailer for Doctor Strange sequel, Multiverse of Madness, I was even more ecstatic. Well, everyone was ecstatic. Not only because the first Doctor Strange was a rare MCU film with star fantasy material, but this time Sam Raimi, the guy who directed the original Spider-Man trilogy, is directing the film. And also since good MCU films are rare these days, I mean if you try to find a hidden treasure in a vast Arabian desert, chances are that treasure is a script for No Way Home. Now everyone may thought that Sam Raimi might have learned from his mistake over the unbelievable that is Spider-Man 3. I mean, Drag Me to Hell was a big W, so he must have learned about it, right? Oh, how wrong I was about him learning his mistake. Everybody want a perfect movie like No Way Home, and what we got is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. What the fuck?
Oh my god, stop, Quagmire! I don't want to die! Please don't kill us!
Okay, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is another generic superhero film with almost too much effort being put into it, to the point that it completely ruined the whole experience. Hell, it was even way worse than the first Doctor Strange film. Like, I can't believe that all this excitement led me and other audience to get crushed by how much of a flaw this film is. Ranging from the elements and everything, it's just the exact opposite of what I expected, and I think it might be worth a shot to take a look on how Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness successfully lowered our admiration and probably for the upcoming projects. Well, as much as how flawless the film introduces and depicts the multiverse, the rest of the plot isn't so much. So basically the plot is Wanda aka Scarlet Witch having an urge to capture this girl with an ability to travel into different universes because she feels like there gotta be a universe where she had an actual biological children and she wants to have the children for herself, even though bringing something from a different universe to your new universe could lead a destruction of the two universes. In a nutshell, Wanda apparently didn't learn a fucking lesson from WandaVision, which in the last episode of the show, they clearly showed that Wanda has passed on that point. She doesn't want to pay for child support anymore, okay? That story was over. Why are you using, mind you though, the exact same plot from WandaVision? It's like they used the original Microsoft Word for WandaVision, then rename it to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and there you go, it's tricked and starts releasing it like it's a better film than No Way Home.
This is where the fun begins.
Okay, before I get into a little specific between the characters, the film is more about Wanda than Doctor Strange himself. You should just call it Scarlet Witch at this point. So Doctor Strange and the other fellow wizards are dumbasses. I mean, Doctor Strange literally told Wanda about his base, which is where the traveling universe girl was hidden, and the altercation between her and the wizards is basically like, Strange, there she is. Okay, hold. Strange, she shoots a fireball. Okay, hold. Strange, it's getting closer. Okay, hold. Strange! Oh, did I forgot to mention that the wizards didn't use magic and instead used primitive weapons from ancient civilization? I mean, they are still effective in a battle, but not against a psychopathic witch. Like, who'd thought of that? Even my little brother wouldn't think of that. And by the way, a final extra on Doctor Strange. When he's about to face the sinister version of himself, he just goes,
Things just got out of hand.
My sister died when she was young. I couldn't save her. Like, what? Is the script written by a bot or something? There isn't a foreshadowing flashback or anything alike. It's just out of nowhere and feel forced. I mean, I can definitely see the pain on his face. Now, when it comes to the traveling universe girl, which I forgot to mention her name, America Chavez, she's fine, I guess. I mean, she was just being a spectator in the whole movie until the finale where she just beat the crap out of Wanda. Like, it starts to get inconsistent there, and plus, her character isn't well explored. Like, we never see her get emotional. We just see her parents got sucked by Islamic multiverse and the sudden redemption with no build-up I just mentioned. So it's sad honestly seeing the fact that a character that could have at least a potential ended up becoming an object of blood instead of an actual human character. So the Illuminati are useless. This is basically them in the whole movie. Stop right there, Isiko, as I, the smartest man alive, and his allies will finish you in just seconds. Now this is my friend Black Bolt. He can destroy you with one whisper from his mouth, so you better not shut his mouth. Oh, you did. Okay, don't talk, just calm. Okay, screw this long conversation. Prepare to face the slowest punch. The fuck just happened? By the way, that is actually what happened in the film. While Mordo just gone and Professor X died because Wanda apparently could kill him in his mind, but not the other character, so yeah, the Illuminati is basically a cameo. Like, why even bother teasing about them in the trailer and then kill them off in the most stupidest way? You could literally remove the Illuminati from the film and it won't change a single thing. Evil or Sinister Strange is like the cherry on top for the disappointment. Shortly after the useless childhood incident, the two Strange starts duking out in the worst fight scene in the entire film. Like they only showed Doctor Strange in action and forgot to shot Evil Strange part. Anyway, so in the fight, they used magical music notes as a little fireball instead of using effective magic tricks that could fatally wound people. Then Evil Strange died because he gets impaled by a fence from falling off a building. Yes, a wizard died by physics. Yeah, let's see how the teaser trailer showed him.
The greatest threat to our universe is you.
Just made every character seems intimidating in the trailer, even though in the film it's the exact opposite.
Superstars feeling like a pop star.
Oh boy, where do I even start? Wanda's power is very inconsistent throughout the whole film. Like for example, sometimes she flies, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she'll no-clip through OP class of fans wall, sometimes she doesn't. Then of course you get the wizards using their powers, and the previous points I've made. But most of the inconsistency that our plane, like Arizona, has got to be on how much of a mess the movie goes. Like the first chunk of the film was fine, then as the movie continues, it goes like, oh no, she took the main plot of the film to destroy the world, but hold on, there's a copy of it. Oh no, she took the copy. Well, there's another copy. And Wanda is like, oh no, the main plot got destroyed. Well, there has to be another copy. And these two just playing together at the same time, which is what makes the story turn into a mess. Plus, we didn't get a clear objective. Like, we have to do this, then that, then this. I mean, sure, the objective isn't that much, but what I see is that the characters somehow, out of pure luck, found what they are looking for. And this is how they found the main plot. They basically did nothing when getting lost in a random universe other than, oh look, it's the plot. And what can I say other than just like sense?
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
These nuts. Got him! Got him!
And finally, we have arrived at the core reactor of Death Star. As much as there are lots of negative things fans have to say about the film, it does contain some cool cinematography. I mean, this film, in my opinion, contained the best shot in MCU Phase 4. The horrors are not necessarily bad, even though it kinda ruined the film. And also, this film, in terms of Sam Raimi's style, is the absolute best. So for anyone who doesn't care about stuff or just enjoy watching film in general, it might not be so bad in that point of view, but I highly doubt the shit I just said will age well. What really bothers a lot of people about the film in general is that some of the flaws in the film can be solved very easily. Like instead of struggling on depicting Wanda as a villain, why not introducing a new villain? Instead of struggling on depicting the Illuminati, why not set them up as a cameo of many different Marvel characters? I mean, there's a lot of materials to use. And instead of struggling on storytelling, well, it's not that hard to do. No Way Home and 1,000 other superhero films managed to pull it off. So why not Multiverse of Madness? And by the way, this is almost the exact problem with Eternals. But instead of trying to be different by saying it and not by doing it, it's trying to be different by mixing a lot of shit and not doing it properly. Like, please, for the love of God, just like No Way Home, we want a beautiful storytelling, not useless cameos that we didn't even ask for. It's only sad that Multiverse of Madness completely spin around our head to the opposite direction of good Marvel films, because we likely won't get another masterpiece like No Way Home. Well, I guess Taika Waititi is our last hope.
You're my only hope. So uncivilized.
Time will definitely tell. So while everyone is having a debate of a lifetime and probably crying in their room for days, I came across this amazing film called Everything Everywhere All at Once. I found this because a lot of people say that especially in the Multiverse of Madness but better, and it fucking sure is. Like, cool sci-fi concept of the multiverse? Hell yeah. Cool fight choreography? Yup. Absurd comedy? You got it. Horror? Sure, why not? Emotional storytelling featuring daddy issues? Now, that is my favorite part. I legit almost cried after watching the film. Like in the beginning, you give zero fucks about the characters, but you will change your mind completely as the film continues. So I highly recommend everyone to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Because this is a film of a lifetime. It makes horror, comedy, and tragedies very perfectly. Plus this film have way less budget than Multiverse of Madness. Alright, pardon me if I sounded very different now. Uh, all of those recordings that you just heard, that was recorded a while ago, like before my 18th birthday. So I sounded like a retarded child back then. Now that I'm legally an adult, I sounded more atrocious. And if you somehow still find no difference, then you might probably right. So I like to add a little extra on videos like this because I feel like I haven't touched on you guys in a long time. So more long form videos will come out soon. I have like different ideas already written, and in the meantime, you can watch all of my long form videos in my new list. Recently, I've made a list that contain all of my long form videos. So if you want to binge watch them, why go touch some grass, alright? But I do appreciate it, as well as my music. Um, Again, as promised, that also will come out soon. And yeah, I'm still busy with thing, which is why videos like this took a long time to make. So yeah, that's all about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified from my latest video. And don't forget to follow my Twitter, and peace.